My name is Sophie Moran, and today I'm going to talk about the lack of attention span in young children and teenagers. This includes children's inability to focus, the harm done to their development, how it affects teenagers' mental health, how all young people have shortened attention spans, and my own personal experience with that. This has become more of an issue in recent years due to developing technology and dependency on smartphones. Young people are constantly using technology, and while sometimes things like laptops and phones can be helpful resources, they can also cause harm. This is negatively affecting the younger generation and making it harder for adults and kids alike. When kids spend all of their time on tablets or phones instead of learning from someone, they fall into bad habits that make teaching children basic skills a lot harder. This will stunt the typical skills gained in childhood by playing outside or learning tools from their parents or their teachers. According to a 2023 article by Bibba Betteridge and other students for the Ox Journal, the stimuli that are coming from devices trains young brains to engage in multiple things at once. This is also known as attention shifting. Attention shifting is harmful because it means kids can't focus for long periods of time and their minds drift very easily. There's also the problems of kids constantly searching for that stimuli. When using devices to achieve instant satisfaction, they keep using their device because stimulus is constantly available, which also negatively affects their ability to focus on things outside of that device. Short attention spans mean that kids can't learn as much, and considering that early childhood is the best time to learn, this is setting kids back considerably. Even beyond attention span, children being sat in front of a device can encourage bad and unmanageable behavior. As discussed in a 2022 essay written by Cameron Howell for Beacon, children are given a tablet in order to get them to quiet down or stop behaving badly, which then in turn creates the problem of kids acting out on purpose to get more screen time. By using a device instead of teaching a kid why their behavior is not acceptable, it creates long-term problems. Kids misbehave in school, at home, and in public. They also do not have the emotional intelligence that they should and do not have proper coping mechanisms. Being dependent on devices also causes kids to not learn the proper tools to self-regulate. This is talked about in the 2022 piece done for Michigan Medicine. In this article, they talk about how there is a tie between emotional dysregulation and using a device as a coping mechanism. Kids who are not taught how to regulate themselves face more emotional swings and even an increase in angry outbursts. It can also lead to an increase in impulsiveness in both children and in teenagers. The dependency on tablets and phones does not affect only children. It also greatly impacts teenagers. High screen times for teenagers is causing mental health problems. This is proven in a 2023 study done for PubMed. It shows that the more time teens spend on their phone, their mental health diminishes. This is caused by many things, but one of the biggest factors is social media. Most teenagers have access to social media starting at a young age. It is a common discussion that social media is harmful, especially on young minds, but the amount of time that teenagers spend on social media is concerning. Social media is known to cause body image issues and encourage bad habits to follow trends like the Tide Pod Challenge and the Cinnamon Challenge, which was harmful to teenagers' health. There's also an increase in short-form content. Over time, the length of content we have consuming has shortened, with things like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. This came from long-form content YouTube videos. So many teenagers spend their free time scrolling through this content, which over time shortens their attention span as well. When consuming content that short, they are getting an instant serotonin spike, which means they will continue scrolling to get a serotonin boost. This has considerably shortened the attention span of teenagers, causing focus problems both in and out of school. I have personal experience with this. I often find myself spending my free time scrolling on my phone and scrolling on social media. I spend hours each day looking at my phone instead of trying to focus myself in the world around me. I have noticed focus problems in myself and in other people around me. I also see the lack of attention span in my young nieces, who spend a lot of their time on their devices. They struggle to focus in school and show behavioral issues in public and at home. This is caused by the fact they spend so much time on tablets and don't face true consequences for their actions. Instead, every time they act out, they're handed a device to divert their attention. All things considered, young people's focus ability and attention spans are struggling, and so is their development. This is clear in so many kindergarten, first and second grade classes. Teenagers are also struggling in regard to their attention span and in their mental health. Young people spend too much time online, and parents should take time to help regulate this and make sure their kids are spending time outside with friends and with family. This is crucial to the future that we do something about this issue now. Thank you for listening.